Every dollar that moves through us, how we use that, of course, is a profound statement. It's a prayer. It's an affirmation. It's saying to the world and the universe, I believe in this product. I believe in how it was made. I believe in who is making it. I want to make sure it is something that creates a more loving world, a more peaceful world, a more forgiving world. I want to make sure it has integrity, it's respectful, adds beauty, that it's generous. All these, I want to make sure if I'm putting my money there, let it support my legacy. Let it work for my sole purpose. And all we need to do is begin bringing more consciousness and awareness to where that money is going. Jesus said, where your treasure is, there your heart will be also. So everywhere we put out our money, there's my heart, there's my soul. How does that feel to know that I'm creating that? I went to a couple of movies over the last month with my son CJ. Or I saw a couple of movies. The first one was called The Pursuit of Happiness with Will Smith. Anybody seen The Pursuit of Happiness? Beautiful movie. Profoundly touched me. True story of a guy and his profound commitment and love for his son, who was born and he never knew his dad till he was in his mid-20s. And he was committed that his son, his children, when he had them, would know him and he would raise them and he would love them. And he also was committed to creating a good relationship with money. And so this movie is about this man never losing sight of what's truly important, creating abundance in his life, but never losing sight of what really matters to him. And we were so touched. My son and I sitting there on the couch. By the end of the movie, we're both just in tears because we could feel and see ourselves in that movie. And it awakened our core values. And so at the end of the movie, my son turned to me with tears in his eyes, and he gave me a hug, and he said, Dad, I love you so much. And I said, you know, just like the movie, I would always be there for you, no matter what. I said, you know that, right? He said, yeah, and I will always be with you. And so we were awakened by this movie to our own core values and to our love. It ignited our love and our sense of connection and generosity and everything that's in our core values. And a couple weeks later, he began begging me to take him to Batman. Now, I felt a little conflicted about this. He begged and I acquiesced. So we went to Batman, and we saw, and it was very entertaining by our standards of entertainment, which I think sometimes we've lost a little bit of our perspective of what entertainment is. I mean, it was very entertaining because lots of people got shot and stabbed, and a guy's face got burned off, and buildings blew up, and cars flipped over. That's entertainment. But when I left, I felt a little bit like I'd eaten a little bit of that bag of Red Hots. And that night, I went to tuck my son in, and I'm walking out of the room, and he goes, Dad, don't go. Why? Because I'm scared. So I went and got in bed with him and snuggled him up. I said, what's wrong? He said, when I close my eyes, I see clowns with machine guns. And all of a sudden, I kind of wanted to throw up, like I did when I was 5. Because I paid for that. And I brought him to that. And I acquiesced to that. I had to hold him like the guy in The Pursuit of Happiness to get him through, to protect him from something that I allowed for him to experience. Now, which one of these two movies, just honestly, which one fits our core values? Pursuit of Happiness. We went as a group family, we went as a church family, we went to the movie The Bucket List. And after The Bucket List was over, CJ said to me, those two old guys are cool, man. If you're gonna die, you might as well live. And, you know, part of what I'm saying today is we have a short time here in the eternal journey of the soul. We're all going to die in this chapter of our eternal soul's experience. How do we want to be channeling this powerful energy called money to create our legacy? Because every movie we see, we make a vote, don't we? We cast a vote. We put energy to it. We say to the world, this is what I want more of. This is what I want my children to see. This is the energy, the consciousness I want to put out in the world. Every magazine we buy, the very clothes that we wear, How is it made? What's the integrity behind it? Everything reflects and is empowered. Every dollar is like giving to a charitable donation. And when we begin to align it with our soul, it brings back the gold standard. It gives our money more power. It becomes like gold. Even grocery shopping. When you go grocery shopping, we can begin to, we can take this as our grocery list. Now, you might be saying, how could I do that? Is there such thing as a more peaceful chicken? Is there a more loving carrot? Is there a more joyful juice? Is there a more applicable apple to our list here? I say there is. All you got to do is start getting a little more coordination between your soul and your shopping. Now, don't be confused as prices go up and down, up and down. Just stand your ground as the world goes around. And when it gets a little hectic, just stay firm, knowing that the choices you make, the healthier choices you make a profound statement to the world. And if it gets really confusing, don't panic. Choose. Organic! By choosing organic, you make a powerful statement to the world. I don't want chemicals and pesticides in my food or the food of my children. I don't want it running off into the Willamette River and creating two-headed fish. I want more loving. I want more integrity. I want more joy. I want more truth in my food. Because what's been done to our food, some could say, is criminal. But by choosing organic, you can take a bite